How's it going, COE fans? I'm Justin Joseph, doing well, and happy today to bring you our next video review for another game from 2007, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare for the Nintendo DS. So hopefully before watching this, you took the time to view my critique on the Xbox 360, PC, and PS3 builds of this game, because that more or less offers a pretense in terms of what the portable game offers for the target market. In this experience, you still enjoy the same sort of indirect cooperative play between the US Marines and British SAS, but everything else is pretty much different. So let's go ahead and start with the controls here. The touchscreen and stylus use takes care of looking and aiming, in addition to bringing up your precision sights, picking up a new gun, reloading the one in your hands, and switching to grenades. The L shoulder trigger fires your weapon, melees with your gun when you're close enough to an enemy, and cooks and or throws your grenades. Then when it comes to movement, that's all handled by the D-pad, which is to be expected. But while double tapping actually has you sprint whenever you double tap up, and doing the same to down makes you crouch. The positives of this, the mechanics are pretty solid overall, and actually make the game overall pretty fun. The negatives is sort of coincide with Metroid Prime Hunters. Your hands and other bodily muscles are likely to start to tire out after an hour or two of consecutive play, and the tapping of the screen and D-pad is rather cumbersome when it comes to the precision sights and crouching and sprinting, and that definitely shouldn't have been the case. Although that is made up for in part with the absolute sheer variety in the gameplay. In addition to the on-foot missions, you'll be manning ground and air gun turrets, firing off cannons from a bomber plane, sort of like how you do in the console game, arming C4 and disarming nukes with the touchscreen, and much more. And speaking of the touchscreen, it's actually pretty fun to do that, and you can look for more information in my text review if you want to, which should be going live in the next day or two. Visually, this is a very solid game. It's just not nearly as flashy as others in the genre, like, Metroid Prime Hunters, because of the lack of flashy effects. But, still, there's absolutely no slowdown, which is impressive. The vehicles are very convincing, and just a very well put together game. Just you have to expect this, for being a 3D intensive game on the DS, there's going to be muddy textures, blocky polygons, and just bland environments, but it's not necessarily, a huge disappointment. Just, again, something you had to expect for this being a DS game. From an audio standpoint, the music captures the war-torn world absolutely beautifully. It's just a little bit repetitive, but the voiceover content is surprisingly, well, a lot. I mean, your squad mates and commanding officers bark orders and shout at the top of their lungs so they can be heard over gun and mortar fire. It's just all very convincing, and that actually applies to the gun sounds, explosions of your grenades and mortar fire, and the screaming of hostiles as they die as well. It's just very satisfying overall. When it comes to the multiplayer, it's enjoyable when it comes to single and multi-car play if you actually have people to play with. But the lack of online support through Wi-Fi connection is pretty unforgivable, especially given how highly regarded the offering is in the console and PC builds. So, when it comes to our overall score, we considered how this game compares to the console brethren, and just how fun it is to play given that it's on, the unique Nintendo DS platform. And because of that, we have given this game a 7.6 out of 10, which is solid. I mean, whether or not that strikes you as high or low, we don't know, but we definitely encourage at least trying the game in some capacity, whether that's picking it up used or renting it. I mean, either way, it is enjoyable and a solid, portable rendition of an incredible console offering. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for taking the time to watch this as always. The text review will go live on COE in the next day or two, so you can definitely look forward to that and my next hopeful review within the next week or two. So that's it. Thanks everyone.